Every restoration has a sort of Everest moment, or that's what I call it. And it's that sort of thing of being halfway there and you wonder why you started. And you sort of wish you hadn't. But you have to push on through that to get to the summit. And then the euphoria is worth it all, isn't it? Because then you don't think about the journey and the struggles and everything else. But it's the struggles that make it, isn't it? Without them, there's no point. It would be worthless, wouldn't it? You might as well just take a helicopter up the top and say, here we are, I've got my flag, look at me, and get a photo for Instagram. But that's worth nothing, isn't it? So what I do when you have a Everest moment is I have a look at what we've done, how far we've come. So let's look at the journey and see how far we've come. Well, that's some of it, of how far we've come. This is all panels that I've made for this Dino restoration. And that's nearly all of what we need. There is going to be more, but this is the bulk of it, and it's already done. So we'll go through it, shall we? So we've got the inner sill structures there. These are unique to the 2.4 because they have the kick up. We've got the lower sills that join to this. We've got landing panels which go across from here, and then the sort of door shut bits go on it. The sort of inner sill steps go onto those. That governs them. So that's all our sill area. Onto the sill area you have B post supports and A post supports, jacking points. Then we've got outriggers there, 2 outriggers, which go onto the sills and tied into the front chassis rails. Then we've got a new front cross member with all the wiring tangs. That's our little strip so we can cut our new wiring tangs throughout the car. So we'll do all of those so they don't all fall apart when you use them. Got a rear floor pan. That's just for illustration. The one I've made for the car is already fitted. We've got the wheel tubs, splash panels. Well, you saw them, that's been the last couple of videos, hasn't it? We've got kick plates or heel plates, which is their patterns. I'll make new as required, but that was the patterns I made up. On the A posts, we have these triangulation pieces, they're all new. Then we've got the lower triangulation pieces, they're new. Air tubes, they're new. And then other A post area stuff there. So that's a pretty little lot, isn't it? Quite pleased with that. So that's how far we've come already, which I think is a bit of success. So what's next on the tub? Well, the next thing I want to do is this rear valance area. Now this is quite important because it carries the bumper here. So these are the locators for the bumper. And then these are the locators for the tank straps. So I'd like to replace all of this lot, and that can be done here without it going on the select jig, I think. I'm confident we can do that, or at least I can make the panels. So that's going to be the next little session, is doing those. And then really I think it's time to go on the select jig, because I need to tie things in to see where we're at. But you can see we've got major work on these rear tubs to do, on the inner tubs, and these carry the suspension towers. So that's all got to be tied in nicely. And that's where you get this problem where it corrodes between, where the panels are laminated together. All this lot have been covered up and I've unpicked it so we can see what's going on. But, we really want this on the jig to mount these and have them pinned in. Then we've got outer wheel tubs. So if I grab one of the outer wheel tubs from the other side, I've already moved it and you'll see why. But it's stuff like this, you see where panels have been let into it, then that would meet the rear arch, so it's all corroded there. That's the tub off the other side, the other outer tub. So you can see we've got nothing where the wheel arch joins, and then we've got one of our crude repairs here from the past, haven't we, that was done. And then there's what's left of the inner stuff that they've sort of plated over, haven't they, really? As you can see, there's the That's it, and then lots of nasty welding. Now, how much of that I'll bother to save, I don't know. It doesn't look like there's anything worth saving there, does it? So I might just make new. But that's that one. This area also needs work because we've got some corrosion here where it joins. So this is the B post area. But you can see this sort of corrosion up in here. This is where the hood mounts. So again, all this could be, be nice on the select jig. And then it joins into that sill step. That sill step, as you can see, we've made new ones, so that'll get replaced. And then this is where they have a bit of lead work as they tie it in. It's welded through there, but there's a bit of lead work tidying it up. But if I grab one of these from outside, you can see what I mean about the repair work on it. So there's the one for the other side. So we're looking at the inside edge of it. You can see there's virtually nothing there. And then they've let that panel in over the top of the rust to sort of tidy it up and tie it in, which, it did its job. It kept it safe, didn't it? It kept it strong until I could come along and do it properly. But that's all going to need rebuilding and going back on. You can see the lead? See the lead where it's brighter. So yeah, it illustrates what I'm on about, the lead work there that goes into that. So that's going to need doing, isn't it, that bit? I'll grab a couple of other pieces so we can have a look. You've seen this before, but again, an illustration. Front tub, that's the panel they welded in through there. And then there's the sort of rust stuff that was caught in it. So, that's done, isn't it? Needs fitting, I know, but it's done. This lot was all on the outrigger. They just sort of plated over the outrigger with that lot. Nice and strong. So again, it did its job. Don't knock it, it's strong, it kept it going. This is part of that landing panel where they've replaced it. So you can see that had all been replaced. That's the front edge of this one here that ended up there. So those landing panels go throughout there, but it's got none of its, it's not right, is it? So that's all coming off. So, it's come a long way. And if we have a little look in here, original floor pan, that's salvageable, don't have to do any work on that. My new floor pan, that side. So it's all in, done, so that's good. Could have to do the front corners of the floor and those heel plates that I'm on about. So we might salvage a lot of that. That one might be salvageable, but the other side I think we'll make certainly the lower part of it. So it looks pretty grim when you look at it like that. But when we look at what's been done, just things like that floor pan, you can see what we're going to have. So I'm encouraged, really. But there's still a little way to go. So you better leave me to it, and I better get on with it.